A perspective. 9 lives. The first thing I remembered was hunger. It gnawed at my belly, curling through me like something alive, something insistent. The kind of hunger that didn't just sit in the gut, but wove itself into the bones, making each step unsteady. My legs carried me forward, through streets slick with rain, past the crumbling remains of yesterday's meals, the scent of rot, and something richer, meat, just out of reach. The world was sharp, every sound sliced through the air like a blade. The clatter of a dustbin lid, the crackle of a distant radio, the echo of laughter spilling from behind warm, shut doors. The scent of frying fish drifted from an open window, curling in the air like an invitation, but it was too high, too far. My stomach clenched in protest. I swallowed down the ache. And yet there was something else beneath it all. A knowing. I wasn't just a cat. Not really. The thought stopped me in my tracks, my paws pressing against the slick cobblestone. My fur bristled, my tail flicking in irritation. The knowledge was not spoken, nor was it fully formed. It was something deeper, woven into my muscles, my instincts, the way my ears twitched at sounds I could not yet name. A cold wind swept through the alley, rattling through the discarded papers and glass. I pressed myself low to the ground, eyes narrowing at the scurrying movement near a rusted drainpipe. A mouse, small, trembling, unaware of me. I crouched. My body moved with a grace that I had not practiced but somehow owned, my muscles coiling like a spring. The hunger urged me forward. I pounced. The kill was swift. Too swift. The tiny creature hung limp in my jaws, the sharp tang of blood filling my mouth. But instead of satisfaction, nausea rolled over me in waves. I dropped it, staring at its still form. My stomach howled for it, and yet something inside me recoiled. I had done this before, too many times to count, but never like this, not as this. I turned away, leaving the offering behind. The hunger remained, gnawing at me with each step. The rain turned to mist, settling into my fur like cold fingers. I stalked the edge of a market where the scent of food was thickest. A fishmonger wrapped up the last of his stock, his hands moving quick and practiced, his apron stained with scales and salt. I waited, patient. Then fortune struck. A fish carcass tumbled from the stall, landing in a shallow puddle near the curb. I leapt forward, snatching it up before another set of paws could claim it. The meat was thin, the bones sharp. But it was food. My body welcomed it, even as my mind remained distant, watching myself from somewhere else. I ate, and for the first time in this new life, the hunger dulled. That night, I climbed to the roof of an old house and curled beneath the stars. The city stretched out below me, a cacophony of lights and shadows, of lives being lived beneath warm windowsills and behind locked doors. My body ached with exhaustion, but my mind would not quiet. Memories clawed at the edges of my consciousness. Fragments of another life. A life where I had walked upright, my hands soft and strong, not claws and fur. I remembered laughter, the clink of glasses in a dimly lit club, and the sound of a saxophone cutting through the smoke-filled air. I remembered words, poems, spilling from my lips like water. And then I remembered pain, fists, darkness. A name ghosted through me. Daniel. I yowled, the sound tearing from my throat, sharp and raw. The memories were too much, too heavy for this small body to hold. The days blurred. Hunger became familiar, but so did survival. I learned which shops left scraps, which windowsills belonged to kind hands, which corners were safest when the night stretched long. And I watched. Humans moved with an energy I could not name, yet understood. Their voices wove through the air in laughter, in anger, in whispered sorrow. I learned the ones who spoke with their hands when they were excited, the ones whose eyes betrayed them before their lips did. Once, I passed a woman sitting alone on a bench, her shoulders shaking, her hands clenched into fists in her lap. She was crying, though she made no sound. I stopped. Something deep within me stirred. Without thinking, I leapt onto the bench and pressed my small body against hers. She gasped, startled, then looked down. Her red-rimmed eyes met mine, and for a long moment we simply stared at each other. Then she laughed, a soft, broken sound, and reached out, her fingers threading gently through my fur. "Thank you," she whispered. I did not know why I had done it, but as I walked away, I felt warmth settle in my chest, easing something I had not known needed soothing.